morning, 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is Wednesday, October 19th, 2016, and it is 63 degrees here at the studios of the Source, WOCA. We are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where you too can get a slice of pizza. There is no mention of rain in today's forecast. Clear skies, highs around 85 degrees, lows tonight around 64 degrees, and tomorrow a 10% chance of rain, otherwise everything the same. Friday the same, Saturday the same, Sunday the same, and here you go. Welcome to beautiful Ocala, Florida. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Larry.
How are you doing over there?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I'm doing so good, Robin.
Oh, good.
Just thinking about things and just doing so good. You know?
I'm glad you're doing so good.
Just doing so good. Just doing a good time.
Nice.
Having a good time over here. Just looking over there. And just looking over this place and that place. And
I know. It's so nice to
wondering
be
about
visual.
the world and life and the afterlife.
Yeah,
Robin,
so nice to be visual.
Oh, we got so many guests today.
Yeah, we do. Give it
7:35. Sonia Kashuk is coming on. Sonia is a cancer survivor and an award-winning makeup artist and the founder of Sonia Kashuk Beauty. And she's coming on with Rebecca Nellis, who is the Chief Mission Officer of Cancer and Careers. Cancer disclosure in the workplace is the topic. Don't know exactly what that means. Today is National Bra Day, by the way.
It is. I've got mine.
Well, this is an acronym.
Oh, because last week it was National Braless Day.
Right.
And I couldn't take mine off.
In this case, it means Breast Reconstruction Awareness.
Gosh.
National Breast Reconstruction Awareness Day, observed the third Wednesday in October, and maybe that's why our two ladies are coming on today. I don't know, but obviously a serious and important topic, so they will be helping us with that topic at 7:35. At 7:48, let me get my little sample ballot out here. I told you yesterday we would talk about the amendment, the solar amendment on your ballot this year, in November, November 8th?
Yeah.
The constitutional amendment says, it's called the Rights of Electricity Consumers Regarding Solar Energy Choice. This amendment establishes a right under Florida's Constitution for consumers to own or lease solar equipment installed on their property to generate electricity for their own use. State and local governments shall retain their abilities to protect consumer rights and public health, safety, and welfare, and to ensure that consumers who do not choose to install solar are not required to subsidize the costs of backup power and electric grid access to those who do. This amendment is not expected to result in an increase or decrease in any revenues or costs to state or local government. Then you, as the voter, will say yes or no. You want to pass the amendment or you do not want to pass it. I said yesterday, kind of in passing, that I will be voting no on that one. And I'm not an expert on this subject, but I've been reading a lot about it from editorials, and I know editorials have a tendency to be expressing an opinion and a slant, but I read enough to convince me not to vote for that. If you just read it in the voting booth, you would say, oh yeah, let's vote for this, this sounds good. But I want to tell you what others are saying as to why it's not good. So that's why I said, I obviously just now I didn't give you enough information, but at 7:48 I want to do that.
Okay.
So I know
Good.
We normally open up the phone lines for like everything under the sun, but for that 12 minutes, if you don't mind, I would like to simply focus on that one amendment and tell you why I don't want to vote for it. You can call in and tell me you do want to vote for it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you why I don't want to vote for it.
Okay. I'm all ears.
And I'm not expecting you, even as my best friend in the world, Robin, I wouldn't expect you to vote the way I vote just because I said so.
Yeah, but I don't really know anything about it, so I need to hear it. I mean,
that's what I'm trying.
Both sides.
That's what I try to do all the time. And if I have an opinion about a candidate or an amendment or an issue, I try to express my opinion without making you feel like yours is not a good one. Your opinion is just as good as mine. You know, that's what makes America great, is we all come together, and hopefully the people who see it for what it really is are the ones who prevail.
Exactly.
News bites at 8:35. That's when we don't do any of that. We just read the news. Simple as that. 9:05, Charlotte Reed. Oh, we love Charlotte. Charlotte is a pet trendologist. She's the only pet trendologist I've ever heard of. I think she made up the word. She appears on the biggies, Fox and Friends, The View, the Wall Street Journal, Good Housekeeping, and she comes on our show because she likes us.
Yes, she does. She's fun.
What's her man's name? Doctor or something?
Oh, yeah. He's got a veterinary clinic in Sarasota, yeah.
But anyway, she's talking...
Dr. Reed.
Dr. Reed. She's talking about Halloween dog and cat pet trends.
Reed. Somebody else.
Halloween dog and cat pet trends. You dress up your animal for Halloween?
No, I try to put bunny ears on him, at Easter just to take a quick snapshot.
Yeah.
You got to be like a microsecond because those ears, they disappear. They're really gone.
I think I did that with my dog too. I can't remember.
Yeah, you did. You put bunny ears.
9:35, Career Source. Laura Burns will be on. If you need a job or know somebody who needs a job, can I say 2 words to help you out? It's actually 1 word. Career Source. They make it 1 word.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm telling you, this organization can help you get a job. They don't charge you anything. They will lead you in the right direction. I just love those people. Laura is such a great representative for them, and she comes and explains. Usually she brings guests with her that have specific job openings.
Yes.
So we'll talk to her at 9:35. Nanette Hucknall at 10:05. Nanette is a psychotherapist, a career therapist, an artist, and the co-founder of the Center for Peace Through Culture.
I love that title.
Gets a little bit like an artsy kind of a person, doesn't it? As you read into her bio. How to live from your heart, deepen relationships, develop creativity, and discover inner wisdom. That sounds like an interesting conversation.
It does.
And then there's an infomercial at 10:35. It's called Renewal by Anderson. Yep. They help you with your windows, etc. And they always offer a deal to our listeners with a special 800 number dedicated to this radio station. Mm-hmm. Brent Askoff, gosh, I'm probably saying his name wrong. He's an attorney and a humorist, and he's written a book called Ernie and the Evils of Insurance.
Yeah, it's a funny book.
Ernie and the Evils of Insurance.
It's a thriller novel, but with a comedic flair, so it's fun.
Anthony James at 11:20. He's our voice of travel. If you're traveling someplace and you want to have some advice on how to get there cheaper, quicker, better, be more comfortable, he will help you out with that one. Fun with Joe today. I took your initials and made a game out of it.
Oh, nice.
All of the answers begin with either R, as in Robin,
yes,
or J, as in Joe.
Nice.
There you go. All of the answers are R's and J's.
I love how every day you come up with a different topic for trivia. It's not the same old, same old.
All right.
Really good.
Yesterday we played at a assisted living facility down in Summerfield. Gosh, I had a good time. It was beautiful. The people are beautiful as always. We did toward the end of the show, we did Amazing Grace.
Yes.
And for those who don't know what we do, Robin plays the mandolin, I play accordion. We do not sing at these shows. We will at another show we're doing for Halloween.
But
most of our shows we don't. But anyway, so we played Amazing Grace as an instrumental. Okay, and all of the residents were singing it. It was like a room full of angels.
I know. Wow.
It was awesome. I saw the janitor. He just stopped and he was just staring into the room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if maintenance man. I'm sorry. We don't call them janitors anymore.
No.
But anyway, I saw the maintenance man. He just stopped.
Yeah.
All those 80-plus-year-old voices just singing Amazing Grace was amazing.
I know. Very.
And what does that have to do with our segment with Galen? It has this. When Robin and I play music, we have a big old book in front of us. And I've often thought, why don't we just use a tablet?
Yes.
Well, I want to talk to Galen about that.
Okay.
Because he's more hip
than
we are when it comes to technology. I want to ask him, is that possible? And I also want to tell him why Bill Belichick doesn't like his tablet. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump taking the debate stage tonight for one final primetime showdown. The Las Vegas event can be seen on the Fox News channel tonight at 9 Eastern. President Obama hosting his final state dinner last night, honoring Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. The president assuring Renzi of America's support as Italy faces a referendum on a constitutional overhaul.
As you fight for the cause of reform, know that we stand with you. I believe that Italy and the world will continue to benefit from your leadership for many years to come.
Renzi calling the visit a chance to pay tribute to the enduring friendship between U.S. and Italy. An American among a crew launching into space from Russia this morning.
And liftoff. Shane Kimbrough, Sergei Ryzhikov, and Andrei Borisenko blasting off from Kazakhstan, making their way towards the International Space Station.
They'll spend 4 months aboard the orbiting space station. Fox News. We report, you decide.
It all comes down to this, the final contest.
A lot of people are worried that maybe they wouldn't have a place in Donald Trump's America.
The final chance to win your vote.
We have a divided nation because people like her, and believe me, she has tremendous hate in her heart.
And one of the most trusted, experienced names in news moderates the candidates before America decides. Watch the final presidential debate with moderator Chris Wallace. Tonight on Fox News Channel, America's election headquarters.
We're mixing business with politics to give you the bigger picture on Fox Business Network, featuring dynamic political programming that has more people tuning in than ever before. Special reports from the team viewers trust: Bartiromo, Regan, Dobbs, and Cavuto. And from the debates right up to the election, expert insight and smart analysis you won't find anywhere else. For political coverage that's on the money, it's got to be Fox Business Network.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
I love vacations, but it's good to come home.
Is the pool overflowing?
We don't have a pool, and even if we did, it wouldn't be on the second floor.
Oh.
I told you before we left to turn off the water main.
I thought you said take down the weather vane.
We don't have one of those either.
Yeah, I was wondering why you said that. It does make more sense now.
Okay, genius, don't just stand there. Cut the main water off.
Okay, I'll go get the chainsaw.
Wait, what? No! What do we do when there's a plumbing issue?
Oh, I got this one. I'll be right back.
I said no chainsaw. Shut the water off and call Mike Scott Plumbing.
Of course, I definitely was not going for the blowtorch.
Uh-huh. The number should be etched in your memory, but just in case, 866-314-4443.
Okay, got it. 866-314-4443. On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
Really? A mariachi band?
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida leads the way in outstanding quality and installation. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, save $350 per window and $650 per patio door with the purchase of 4 or more windows or doors. No money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyandersen.com. Renewalbyandersen.com. Offer ends October 31st. License CGC 1524135.
Ocala presents the 50th annual Ocala Arts Festival, and this year's event hosts 170 artists from around the country. Fine Arts for Ocala has brought art to our community with the Ocala Arts Festival for 50 years, and this year is sure to please. The festival includes free admission, free parking, free children's art projects, and free live entertainment. But it's only one weekend, so make plans now to attend the Fine Arts for Ocala's 50th anniversary, October 22nd and 23rd. For more info, visit fafo.org.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price, along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers, like rates from 2% with 0 down, and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices. Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatments are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine work they have done in this field. Next Generation MD every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source. The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 33rd Annual Light Up Ocala on November 19th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be food vendors, 3 stages of entertainment, Whoville themed kids zone, the downtown holiday skating rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the downtown square, and then at about 7:30 p.m. the official downtown lighting ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One of the peculiar things about the job that we do is that when one of us gets sick, and then we talk to a doctor, I don't mean a doctor like our doctor, but like on the air, we'll have an interview with the doctor. If they happen to bring up something similar to what we went through, we'll kind of bring it up. You went through that Bell's palsy thing.
Yes.
Right? And I know it was embarrassing for you, but it came up. And now we're talking, and we were talking about it one day. And it was just one of those coincidences. I went through this thing with my leg with the veins, and they came up.
Yes, exactly.
It's kind of weird how things that we have come up. And you don't know. I mean, are you embarrassed to bring it up? Does it help? I always look at it as, we're helping somebody else by talking about it honestly and just out front. And we're a talk show. I mean, we're not, we don't try to hide anything. And if anything, we try to spread information that helps other people. We have two ladies on the phone who are doing something very similar. Sonia Kashuk is a cancer survivor and award-winning makeup artist. She's the founder of Sonia Kashuk Beauty and a member of the Cancer and Careers Board of Governors. And Rebecca Nellis is also on the phone. She is the Chief Mission Officer of Cancer and Careers. They're speaking to us about cancer disclosure in the workplace. Yeah. Not so easy all the time, but sometimes maybe a good thing. And maybe you have a few people you would consider your confidants and others not necessarily. Sonia and Rebecca, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Where are you, lady? Where are you calling from?
I'm in Sonia. I'm in New York.
Sonia in New York.
And I'm also in New York.
All right. Well, I was just there. What was that? 2 weeks ago.
Yes, you were on vacation.
I was there with my son. My gosh, it was such a nice thing to do. So thank you for being on the air. This sounds like something that it takes a lot of courage to. I mean, you get the diagnosis and then you share it with your coworkers. Did you ladies both have to go through this?
Well, this is Sonia. I, was diagnosed with cancer, with breast cancer, a few years ago, and luckily I was in my own business. But the thing that I recognized through my diagnosis is how important it was for me to talk to people about it. Like for me, being that I had a makeup brand at Target had given me a platform to help women. And then when I received this cancer diagnosis, I felt that this is really what I want to do, is be able to help people, who have questions. And as you were saying earlier, oftentimes when you go through in life, it's actually healing to help other people heal. And so for me, it was really important, and to join Cancer and Careers, because it's such an incredible foundation. And I found that so many people, because once you are out and speaking about cancer, you become on that list of people will call you. And so often I would get calls with all different type of diagnosis of cancer from different people. And the first thing I would tell them is go to cancerandcareers.org, because it's the only type of foundation that deals with cancer in the workplace.
Really? And does it help with needing time off to deal with the disease?
So Cancer and Careers' whole mission is to help the individual person figure out what their best path forward is, and kind of like someone's diagnosis and treatment plan, each person's work and feelings about work and needs from work are different. So our job is to help someone figure out if they're going to work through treatment, or if they're going to take time off work and go back to the same job or find a new job, and what do you do in the job search process once you have a cancer history. So it's that whole work spectrum for people who have any kind of job, any kind of diagnosis, male, female. It's really about what do you need to figure out and how can we help get you there.
Yeah, I would imagine that the main reason to not disclose a cancer diagnosis at work is because I would feel that people would treat me with kid gloves. They would treat me like more sensitively or something, and I don't want that,
Yeah.
So I mean,
so that's part of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's part of it. It's the idea that you'll be seen as diminished in some way, or you won't excel as fast as your peers. But I will tell you, a very big other part of it is fear that you will be dismissed from your role.
Oh, really?
So people are, yes, absolutely. So people are worried that by disclosing something like this, it will not just impact their day-to-day ability to be treated like everyone else, but in fact, it will get them fired.
Well, that makes sense, because sometimes when you go in the hospital, have surgery and therapy, you're out for a long time, and the business always looks at the bottom line.
Yeah.
Sure, but there are laws in place that are designed to protect people going through something like this, and lots of people can, in fact, work through treatment. So making sure we don't make assumptions about an individual person's preferences and abilities is really an important piece of this whole very complicated puzzle.
Isn't it interesting how life sometimes sets us up for something else? And Sonia, in your case, as a makeup artist, I want to tell you something. My mom went through cancer, and I've seen many ladies. I worked for an assisted living facility like 15 years ago, and I would watch the life come back to them just by going to get their hair and makeup done. It was just amazing.
Yes.
I mean, it was just, it was transforming, not just visually, but you could see there was an inner thing that changed.
No question. I mean, I always say that something like that little tiny tube of lipstick is one of the most powerful resources we have. You know, like exactly that it can just change your whole being of just all of a sudden you know, your whole face lights up, and so therefore it's just your whole confidence comes into play and just makes you as an individual feel pretty. It's super powerful.
Social media has such a huge impact in our lives these days. Are there more forums and groups for cancer support than there were years ago when you had to actually go in a vehicle to a meeting place?
Absolutely. So one of the amazing benefits of just sort of the internet in general is so many more opportunities for support. Not everyone is a support group person. Not everyone is going to drive something out of that. That's just not, we're all so different. So the online space has cracked open other ways to connect without having to not just get in the vehicle and go someplace, but also like sit in a room with other people if that's not who you are. But there is a converse, which is making sure that you're thinking about what you're sharing online, what kind of sites you're using, how important is privacy to you, do you want a prospective future employer to know certain things about you because of what you've shared online. So it's a wonderful opportunity to kind of get more information and have more support, but also like anything, as a consumer, you want to be smart.
I wonder how many people have been diagnosed with cancer. And this would only apply if you worked in a large organization. Let's say you don't know everybody in the company, and then somebody you know says, "Oh, you know, Sally on the third floor also went through this." And next thing you know, you're friends with somebody you never even met, and benefiting from each other's stories.
Absolutely, and I think in those environments, and I think you're right, it does require a relatively larger workplace to not know everyone to begin with. But in those environments, you also have a sense that the company was supportive of that information. So the idea that you've been connected is because people knew and rallied around that person. And that's a really important piece of the puzzle. What kind of environment is the employer creating for that?
Can you talk a little bit about returning to work if you did take some time off for your treatments and your surgery, especially if you come back, maybe if you have a mastectomy now, as a lady, you're worried people are going to look at you differently, especially if they all know, if everybody at work knows.
Absolutely. So one of the big concerns about returning to work after some time off and potentially looking or feeling different, because not all side effects are visible, but that doesn't mean they aren't there, is how do you recast yourself? You know, if you don't want to have a cancer conversation every time you interact with someone, how do you do that gently? And so we talk about a conversation technique we call the swivel, which is basically to take questions like, how are you feeling? Or did I tell you my uncle just got diagnosed? And acknowledge that comment, I'm so sorry to hear that, I'm sure that's quite difficult, or I'm feeling really happy to be back, and then continuing the conversation into something that's work-related. So turning that around so that the last thing you've said is something focused on the job, so that person will pick it up there. Because no one wants to only be their diagnosis or their recovery. And so you might have been happy to answer those questions for a while, and then you reach a point where you're like, no, I want to talk about work. So how do you do that in a professional, kind way? That's how we talk about that.
You know, you ladies have hit on something really very, very good. Rob and I have done so many interviews on cancer. This is the first time I've heard this angle, and I think you're filling a niche that really needed to be filled with this, and I congratulate you on that. Gosh, this is I can see the need for this easily. I just went to your website. I'm looking at the website. Cancerandcareers.org is the website, and anything else we should leave the listeners with, ladies?
I really think you hit it on the head, that the website is sort of the hub for our in-person events, our virtual events, our free programs and services. If you have any interest in this topic, you're a healthcare professional, an employer, start there. It'll all kind of fall before you from that.
One day we'll have it cured, but right now we don't have it cured. So this is a great addition to all of the resources. I hadn't ever heard of this kind of thing before. Sonia, Kashuk, and Rebecca Nellis, thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, a morning shower in spots, especially along the coast. Otherwise, it'll be partly sunny. Our high today between 82 and 86. A mainly clear Wednesday night, low 63 in a few inland spots, but 71 near the coast. Thursday will be partly sunny with a chance of a shower, high 82 to 86. Friday, partly sunny, high